Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day 2 of the CCA Open Qualifier number 2. We're going to be moving into this top 8 bracket. I'm Josh Profundi, joined by a new face to the cast today, Alex, or Caboose. He's been coming in and you've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for a while now, but finally getting you on the mic. That's what I think we've been doing that a lot here, taking everybody, whether it be Ryan, whether it be Matthias or Amanda, everybody who, likes to sit in the background. No, we're getting you on the mic. We're getting you comfortable up here. And, what's your experience with Rocket League? I know you have a bit of a history with the game.
I played a bit of Rocket League back when it first came out. A lot of mouse and keyboard Rocket League, which is very uncommon at this stage. But, I love watching Rocket League. I love playing it, and really excited to see what we got going on here today after the awesome performance we seen yesterday from the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, they really stuck it out in that final game there, and it looks like they're actually getting in here just soon, loading into Manfield right now. But coming in, Saints going to be coming into top 8 in that lower bracket. First opponent here, Michigan Tech Huskies, a squad that the Saints have beat before, but these teams go back and forth a lot. I believe Saints, there was this power rankings or collegiate Rocket League rankings that came out. Saints ended up 35 on that list. Michigan Tech around 48 out of the 50 on that list. But I mean, you take any school in that top 50, you know you're going to have a solid series on your hand. And we're already into game 1. We got Stewie, Ski Boy. I think that last one's name is Tater.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get Spoots here trying to get an early clear and get it started. Raman's going to get a nice little dribble, bring it down into Michigan Tech's end. And Ski Boy's going to try and make something work here on the outside.
Yeah, I think this first, 2 minutes is going to be very crucial, especially in those best of 5s. Game 1, sometimes it can just be such a huge lead. At the same time, though, sometimes game 1 can spell disaster, gives a wake-up call to the opponent. Next thing you know, you're 3-1 in the end. I mean, we saw not Michigan Tech, Northern Kentucky do that to the Saints yesterday in that winner's semifinals, while Saints trying to stay in that winner's bracket going into the top 8. But now we're here, and it looks like Tater's going to have a good shot on net.
Amazing save by Christian. And as we seen yesterday, it seems whatever team comes out swinging first, gets that early goal, seems to take the series. So as long as St. Clair keeps hard on it here and tries to get an early goal, we should see it sealed up pretty good.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. And I think that comes through a lot. We like to say this Rocket League momentum-based game. I mean, everything on the field is dead even for both these players. There's no economy advantage. There's no weapon advantage. Nothing like that from a lot of these other games that we see. It's just raw skill and, game knowledge and mechanics put to the test on the goal line. Christian putting it to the test. 1-0 after a minute 33 chunked off of that clock. And like you said, first goal, especially in these games 1s, sometimes takes it. We still got a whole lot of Rocket League to play.
That's a great play from Christian. He set himself up there. He didn't need any help from his teammates. Put that one home all on his own.
Yeah, that's kind of been Christian's been doing that a lot recently. We saw yesterday he had one game where he had 2 stellar solo goals, but you also can't forget about those passing plays, those 2-man plays that come through on the offense. But for now, with a 1-goal lead, Saints pretty well just looking to relax here a little bit, maybe find a shot from the corner. Geez. Christian, do it all for the boys right now. 2-0 in another 30 seconds. Another goal on the board for the Saints.
We had Raman putting on some pressure on the 2 defenders in the corner there, and that just left the open slot for Christian to just tap that one home. And as we see Saints coming out strong, hopefully they're going to carry this momentum through to game 2 and keep it going through the rest of the series.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to do that. Keep in mind, being in that loser's bracket here in the top 8, you don't have that extra life anymore. You've lost your 1 game. This is double elim. Spoods finds that demo onto Tater. Stewie and Ski Boy try to make the play, allow Tater to get back in, maybe get some boost, but Raman right back on the demos. Michigan Tech playing a 2v3 for half of this game.
Oh, and Christian going to try and bounce that off the wall and send that to the middle and set one of his teammates up, but Ski Boy's going to intercept that and get that down into the Saints zone. Raman trying to make something happen for Spoods. We've seen Spoods doing a lot of air dribbling. If he can get that ball up in the air, he can drive that right home to the net. Oh, Raman with a nice deflection, but Stewie stops him right on the goal line.
That looked like an angle and a half, but yeah, Stewie playing that goalie from inside the net there, really able to grab that one. It wasn't the fastest shot coming out from Raman, but he had a nice angle on it nonetheless. Stewie keeping it alive for Michigan Tech for a little bit longer, but Christian, you know he wants that hat trick.
Oh yeah, he's playing hard for that. He sees it. He's got gold in his eyes. Spoods is going to try and make something happen here, but Ski Boy's going to bring it down the center, and Christian's going to stop him. The Saints know they got to get something going in the air here because that's where they really excel, because Spoods just can't be stopped once he's going.
Yeah, honestly, Spoods gets a setup in the air, whether it be Ramen to make, say, a bump in the net or Christian to finish off that goal. There's so many options that these Saints like to take, and 99% of them start with an air carry from your own zone there. That's how we've seen. And Spoods, 7 boosts to work with left, drops it down. Ski Boy, that's a good way to just shut down that ball, send it out into the corner.
Oh yeah, that's a great airborne dribble by Spoods. We've seen a bunch of those plays yesterday. We actually seen one, he bounced it right off the backboard and nice and slow into the net. As you were saying, it doesn't always have to be the fastest shot. It's just got to be placed in the right spot.
That's 100% true. I think some of the hardest balls to stop, honestly, are those slow shots where you're just not ready for it to be slow. You preemptively jump at where you think it's going to be as that defender, and then next thing you know, that ball is literally sailing by you to the right side as you're boosting to the other side of the net. Exactly. You never know. Ramen looking to make that touch.
Boy,
it's off the
stopped
crossbar.
by Tater. What a close play. Christian's going to dribble it down the center here, but it's going to get tapped in by a member of Michigan Tech.
I think
Christian with the hat trick.
It was like a double commit there to try and make this save, and Tater tries to knock it out, and Ski Boy is just in the way. Knocked right off of his defender. Not going to lie, that one hits you in the mental.
That definitely is something to hurt, for sure. Stewie's going to win that draw, and Christian's going to bring it into the corner and hopefully get something dribbled down into Michigan Tech's end. We're down to 30 seconds left, and Michigan is feeling the heat. They know they need to get a goal here, or likely it is game over.
Yeah, I think Ski Boy's got a little bit more boost to work with than Spoods there, but actually it looks like they ran out at the exact same time. Pass out to the corner, down to the middle. Tater, good for that save. It's right in front of the net. Spoods can't nail it in there. Tater continuing with these saves. A little bit of redemption for himself after that last goal, but 3-0 with 0 seconds left. That ball's going to touch ground. That's going to be 1-0 for the Saints coming in. Loser semis, they're not looking to go down just yet. And I mean, thing is too, is they've played this squad. They have experience against this Michigan Tech squad, so that's going to be very, very tough to work with. I think we might have just had a fire alarm go off.
False alarm here.
Not sure. Hopefully that didn't come through on the mic, but wow, that was that's a jolt to start your morning for sure.
It's definitely a wake-up call. So that puts the Saints exactly where they want to be here in Game 1. Perfect spot, perfect opportunity to carry that momentum into Game 2 and put Michigan Tech into an even scarier spot, as this is a best-of-5 series, and they require 3 wins to move on to the next round.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's still a lot of series to play here. Keeping it on that orange side, and as these players get in Game 2, got to have this kickoff. Michigan Tech looking, at this point, looking to just not get off to as slow of a start. The 1-0 was fine, but it was when Christian nailed that second one. Now Ramen nailing one in the first 5 seconds. See, this is what these Rocket League guys like to do to us. Basically, you try to get a point off. You try to talk about that last game. That's not how it works.
Make no mistake, they are giving us no time to talk about the past. We are only here to focus on Game 2 and hopefully carry the Saints into Game 3 for another win.
Tater shuts down Christian. That's a key part of this offense, but knowing Christian's going to be back up, it's Ramen and Spoods to get pretty aggressive into that zone. Now, 440. It feels like we've been in this game for so much longer already with how much is coming through. A setup from Spoods. No Saint to follow up. Tater gets the clear, and now you're able to put some pressure on this net, but Christian, calm and collected in that net, saves it pretty easily. He's able to make a bit of his own carry over here, but it's not going to set up for much. Ramen being that half-court contender that we know and love, keeping it in this blue zone for as long as possible. Stewie with the demo, though. This is the setup. Yeah,
and Ski Boy's going to carry it all the way into the Saints zone here and try and get something going. They know they waited too long last game. They got to get a push going now if they want to catch up. Oh, and Ski Boy with a nice block. It's going to stop Christian again, but Christian's going to try and keep that ball deep in the Michigan zone and keep the pressure on. Tater's going to try and air dribble this out, but Spoods is going to intercept it in the front and get a shot just wide to the right of the net. And Ramen's, oh, another nice shot by Ramen, but that's stopped by Stewie, and Stewie's going to clear that out into the Saint zone.
Yeah, Spoods was actually forced onto that rotation back to his own zone because Tater stole the 100 boost away from right under his nose. Kind of slowed down the Saints' pressure a little bit, but you get a nice ride along the goal line here. There's so many goals that can come off of that. You just have to have the timing right with your teammate. That is a team play that you have to make, and when you don't have that extra attacker there ready to make that shot, then it's just going to end up riding out to the corner. Now, back to a little bit of ping pong here as each team tries to get set up. Spoods not going to find the better of that contention.
Lots of back and forth here in game 2. Just ticking down to 2 minutes now. Only one on the board for St. Clair. And Michigan Tech is hard on the net right now, trying to tie it up. And they will. Ski Boy with the aerial. The assist from Stewie. Michigan Tech will tie it up in game 2, 1-1 with 3 minutes remaining. That's just great teamwork from Michigan Tech. The Saints got caught too deep in the net, and Michigan took advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's those rebounds too, right? Spoods hopped up. He used his jump. He used his flip to try and dodge that first one. That's okay.
And we don't even get a chance to finish talking about the other goal, and Ramen is going to get the assist, and Christian's going to tap that in and catch Michigan Tech off guard on them.
Stewie chasing it with all his might, but even with that boost to work with, can't catch up to a ball like that. It was Tater and Ski Boy both went for the kickoff. It ended up just knocking right behind them, and it was all over after that. Back to a 1-goal lead, but I mean, still time to work with.
For sure. The double commit. Oh, my God. And Christian with another beautiful setup for Ramen. Ramen is just going to secure the 2-goal lead again for the Saints, knocking Michigan Tech's hopes down.
Yeah. What a pinch from the corner. Like, using that corner angle so well to just send that ball straight to mid. It even got a little bounce off to add a little bit of trickiness to that trajectory. And now you're 2 goals up. If you're the Saints here, you could almost just play time for 2.5 minutes. You know your defense is fairly solid. Yeah, there was the 1 goal scored, but I mean, you were able to shut him out first game. I don't think the Saints are too concerned about letting more in, but at the same time, can never get complacent.
Yeah, they can definitely just play their zones, get their clears, get those high balls, the slow ones that make the time just tick down 5-10 seconds at a time here. Really make Michigan Tech work for every opportunity so that before they know it, there's no time left on the board.
Yeah, I mean, even since I've first said that, we've had 40-ish seconds knocked off that clock with really no momentum to speak of, not even a shot to come through on net. Oh. I gotta watch my mouth because that's a great setup and a great shot from Stewie there. Right off the backboard down to himself. You see Spoods struggling to make it back to that crease as Ramen has to make that rotation. Michigan Tech not done with game 2 just yet. Now, a minute 50 on the clock and only 1 goal to go. And I don't think they're going to let as easy of a one go through again as that 3rd goal.
Stewie getting that shot right away, but Spoods is going to deny it. And Ski Boy is going to come right in and keep the pressure on because they know time is running out and they need to get another goal. Stewie's going to try and dribble that back into the Saints zone, but Spoods is there on the defense once again. He's going to play with it in the air.
Yeah, you almost just have to wait for your prime opportunity if you're Michigan Tech here. A setup like that could have been beautiful, but Christian sees it 1,000 seconds before it comes through, and he's going to shut it down. Ski Boy, a lot of boost to work with, but that bump is solid.
Oh, yeah. Spoods always just coming out from the side of the screen, just off screen, knocking the ball away. Gotta love that about Spoods.
That was looking like a goal from our angle.
That was a great save by Stewie there. Ski Boy going to try and play with it in front of the net, and he is going to, oh, he's not going to get that out of Michigan Tech's end, so Saints are going to keep the pressure on with only 50 seconds left. Stewie's going to go for an air dribble back into the Saints end, try and make something happen here, but Spoods says no once again.
I mean, the time is running low, 30 seconds about to hit as Michigan Tech yet to really find their footing after that last goal, but this could be it. What an angle. He's not able to find it too far to the right. I think it was Ramen or Christian that somewhat bumped that player, and Christian tries to make this carry. Stewie right there. He's ready for it. He sees it from a mile away, but still, Christian's fine with that because he junked off 15 seconds just carrying that ball all the way over. He's looking to seal the deal with another goal here because keep in mind, a 0-second rally could take us to overtime, but Spoods shuts it down in the crease.
The ground says no. It catches the ball, and the game 2 comes to an end. So now we're going to see game 3. The Saints could possibly take the series here, or Michigan Tech could try and go for a comeback.
That's the thing. I mean, now you're in reverse sweep position. Michigan Tech had a much stronger game last game, to say the least, but still almost felt like they were one step behind the Saints every second. Just, I mean, you saw it. They were able to make it 2-1, tie it up, and then Saints went, all right, off the kickoff, we'll find one. It's all good. It doesn't matter to us as long as we have some kind of lead.
For sure, yeah. And off the kickoff, we see a nice demolition there. I'm not exactly sure who it was. Spoods is going to try and clear that out of the Saints zone, and Tater is going to pass to Stewie. Stewie's going to bring it to the center, but intercepted by Spoods in the air once again. We always see Spoods. If the ball is in the air, Spoods is going to be there to stop it, change the direction, or redirect it to one of his teammates.
Yeah, he's going to be somewhere. And then to counter that, it's like if it's at the half mark, you know it's going to be Ramen when Spoods and Christian are up there making that offensive play. But Spoods always seems to be there for the defense as well. I know what you mean by that. What an angle by Stewie.
What a setup by Ski Boy. Just setting Stewie up there perfectly.
Look at that. Right past Ramen, chasing it down with the splash to come through. Stewie, this is the first lead that Michigan Tech has had in the series. When your back is against the wall, when you're on match point, this is when you have to put the work in. This is when you've got no more room for error. You've got to keep this lead going.
Definitely. I bet their hearts are racing, their blood's pumping. They know that if they mess this up, and Christian going to pass it to Ramen, and Ramen's going to tie it up with only 1 minute gone in game 3. Michigan Tech is not in the position they want to be now. They had that 1-goal lead right at the beginning. They were probably hoping to carry that lead, carry that momentum, hopefully make it a 2 or 3 goal lead, but Saints are going to tie that up, and we're back to an even game.
From what I've noticed with a lot of these goals, it's like there's almost key gaps in that Michigan Tech net that the Saints have been hitting every time.
Oh, yeah.
It's that bottom right corner every time, but it's just the back of the net every time for Stewie. 2 for 2 in this game on shots. And man, does he make them count. It's the bump on Ramen, just backwards off of Ramen as well. That's how much momentum that ball had after the setup.
Yeah, it was just, as we've seen, another amazing setup by Ski Boy. It's all about that teamwork right now with Michigan Tech. That's both goals, both set up by Ski Boy. So they need to keep working together, and maybe they can get a few more goals.
Yeah, you keep this lead going, but you know Ramen wants to shut down that lead immediately, just like he did last time. Spoods out in the corner.
Christian going to try and make something happen along the wall. He's going to take that block. Tater's going to go for the demo, but he doesn't have enough speed. Christian with the air dribble to the center. He's going to get stopped by Ski Boy. What an amazing save.
Ramen. That's a good setup from the corner down to mid, but Spood's not going to get his hands on it before Ski Boy. And it's going to get cleared out for a little bit. But like we said, there's always Ramen. There's always Spoods there at half to keep the pressure going. Ramen tries to make that air dribble. But Stewie right there, contesting it in the air, not going to let those setups come through. And it's interesting, we talked about, the aerial setups for the Saints, but most of their goals this series have been almost like rollers from the ground.
Yeah.
And like we said, it's that key gap in this net for Michigan Tech. They have great aerial defense, what it seems like. They're really good at shutting stuff down from the backboard.
Definitely.
But sometimes that bottom right corner, they just can't seem to make the saves there.
Oh, see, another amazing aerial save by Ski Boy. We were just saying, the Saints can't seem to make anything happen from the air this game. But last series, they were making all the shots happen. But Christian's going to keep on trying. He really wants that aerial goal. And Spoods is going to clean that up off the crossbar. And Ramen's going to miss the triple commit. This could be a bad situation for the Saints. But they are going to make it back in time. Ramen, with the clear down to the Michigan Tech zone, is almost going to go on net, just wide. Spoods is there right away trying to keep the ball in. There's only 2 minutes left. They know they need to make something happen.
Oh, they got to pass 2 defenders, but Ski Boy was right in there to make that congestion. Stewie, the last-second god of Michigan Tech right now, saving them both in goals, saving them in saves. This guy is just doing it all right now, and that's what happens when it's 2-0 in a best-of-5. You are put to the test, and your true colors as a player show whether you are going to put it all on the line for this team or whether you're going to fall in this loser's bracket. A minute 25 to go. Michigan Tech still with that lead. Saints looking to shut it down, but Stewie knows he has to make that clear. A setup to Ski Boy. It's right back out to the middle.
Stewie's going to keep this pressure on in the Saints' end. It doesn't look like the Saints can get a breather. The ball just keeps going back in and in and in. But Spoods is going to make a nice push, and he's going to get helped out by Christian. Maybe they can set something up here with only a minute left. Ski Boy's going to dribble it along the edge and stop by Ramen. And now the ball is back in the Saints' end once again, and the Saints know they need to get this ball into Michigan Tech's end, and they need to make something happen, or this game 3 is all but over.
Honestly, that's the thing is you've got 45 seconds. The Saints know they have to make something work here. Stewie, the hat trick to come through, has yet to miss a shot on net this game. Michigan Tech, I mean, the results are there. They're not ready to go down. And if they are going down, they're going down swinging right now. Looking to make this a 2-1. That's the start of the reverse sweep. It all comes 1 goal, 1 game at a time. And Stewie said 1 goal at a time, let's make it 3 goals at a time.
As we said earlier, it's all about that teamwork. That, as we've seen again, another assist from Ski Boy there. Set up Stewie perfectly. And the Saints are going to get caught off guard trying to make a play happen with only 30 seconds left, and it's not going to pay off.
I mean, 2 goals down, you got to make those risky decisions. It's unfortunate to see a goal come through like that for the Saints, of course, but they're aware of the risks when they come through, and the game already getting too far out of their hands now might be just a little too far out of their hands. Michigan Tech most likely going to take this game 3, and we've got more of a series on our hand. A very different game than I was expecting, especially after pretty well domination in game 1 from the Saints, and then just a hair above Michigan Tech there in game 2. But it's what happens when these teams can make mid-series adjustments. Might even see Stewie make another play here, but Ramen, that's a far, far clear. Looking to just shut this one down. Maybe find one for a little bit of redemption.
Oh. Yep, Ramen's going to score that last-minute goal there.
I think Ramen scored both this game.
Oh, yeah. Bring it to a 4-2 in game 3 for Michigan Tech.
Still going to be a victory for Michigan Tech, but a last-second rally that, you know, sometimes make you feel a little bit better about those losses. Help you get that momentum going into this next game because you're still up 1 in the series. You're still on match point. Michigan Tech, however, just such a stellar game from Stewie there. 3 shots, 3 goals, and 2 saves on the net, both of which were critical in that game. Those saves happened when it was 1-1. You got to keep that in mind. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, as we said, 3 assists from Ski Boy, 3 goals from Stewie. It's all about the teamwork. They were making those plays happen. They were forcing them, and it wasn't out there in the open for them to take. They were making it happen.
That's the thing. The Saints were playing some solid defense. Obviously, the roller at the end there after the triple commit, that's gonna happen when you make those risky commits like that. But for most of the game, all of those goals from Stewie, 2 defenders in net, maybe even a 3rd grabbing boost, whether it be Christian or Ramen to the side there. But every time it seems to weave past that defender, and it's all from Ski Boy's setups as well. 3 goals and 3 assists on Ski Boy.
Yeah, and we see Ramen with 2 goals and Spoods and Christian both with a save and an assist.
Yeah, higher shot count from the Saints as well, but I think it was 2 more shots for them. But here we go, game 4, Michigan Tech. You've got momentum on your side. You've got a great game under your belt. I want to just see a little bit more from the rest of the team here. We've seen what Stewie can do himself. Let's see if Tater can start making their mark as well. We've seen the Stewie Ski Boy show. Trying to see what else we can get out of this team because, you know, we know a lot about the Saints. We kind of know their whole deal, but a lot of these other teams, right, come in and start surprising us here on the broadcast for sure. That's not the angle Spoods was looking for, but Ramen might actually be able to take it for something.
Yeah, Spoods almost had a nice little rebound goal off the wall there, but he did not find the right angle. But the Saints are going to keep the pressure on. Try and make something happen here early in the first game. Oh, a nice shot on net, but that's stopped by Skiboy. I think that was going to hit the crossbar.
Yeah, it was definitely a little high, but I mean, sometimes those crossbar shots too, even when they are very, very powerful, as long as you have that second player, sometimes that rebound can turn into a beautiful goal. I think we saw Stewie find a goal like that in the last game there, just kind of hitting that rebound and making it just a little bit confusing for that defender in net, especially when they can't really see above them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Spoods,
nice.
that's a great angle. But Skiboy saving it for the team. Christian for the number 3 tap right there.
Yeah, that's just great teamwork from the Saints. As we said, all the goals in last game were coming from teamwork, and as we see, the first one in Game 4, it's all about that passing, all about that positioning. Saints making it happen here in Game 4.
Keep in mind, that was a risky play to come through. That was a triple commit with that third touch there. You couldn't really see Spoods in there, but I don't think he had time to necessarily rotate out after that, not unless he had 100 boosts to work with. So definitely a risk to come through, but it pays off exactly how the Saints want it to. And Christian is one of those players who will always take those opportunities when he knows they're solid, right? He's rarely puts himself in the position to get punished for a lot of these aggressive decisions. He knows when he sees that gap, he knows when he can cut that angle perfectly, just send it straight down into that net. We're almost 2 minutes into this game, and a lot of nothing from both of these sides as of right now. Other than that setup from the Saints, it's kind of just back to a deadlock here. Both of these teams are definitely getting used to each other's setups by this point.
Oh, definitely. They're both playing around in the air. They're both cutting each other's setups off. It's really starting to slow down here from what I can tell.
You're seeing it right here from Christian, and as this rally comes through, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Tater or Skiboy right there knock it up into the air. Skiboy with that clear. It's just going to be who can set it up first is the question. Stewie makes a save, is able to get a carry for himself too, but you can't let Christian cut that angle from the air. Stewie tries to race back to the net.
And the Saints are going to make it 2-0 here with 2.5 minutes, half the game played here in Game 4. I could just tell they were impatient from last game. They were not happy with how it turned out. They came out full blast, ready to score some goals and ready to seal the deal.
See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to Christian. He's so good at making that split-second decision to say, okay, I'm making this commit, and I know it's going to work out because I've seen this, I've practiced this, I've drilled this out a million times.
Oh, so the Saints are going to double commit there, and it's going to get turned right back around into the Saints' end and right back around into Michigan's end. Both teams are struggling to make something happen here, but we're going to get a demolition from Christian on the Skiboy. But Stewie with the goal, assisted by Skiboy again. That demolition did not help them whatsoever.
I mean, look at it. Like, the angles are just pristine from this man today.
Yeah, there's nothing they could do about that. And Christian's going to win the face-off, but the ball's going to go right back into St. Clair's end, and Stewie's going to miss the aerial. Spood's hopefully going to get something cleared out here with the air dribble. Spood's trying to set something up here as usual, but he's got 2 of Michigan Tech's members on him. They aren't going to make anything happen.
Yeah, Stewie's been making some great offensive decisions as well. Just in terms of rotations, you saw when Spoods grabbed that last carry, he definitely could have, or I guess Stewie definitely could have kept like kind of attacking at that ball, try to keep it in the zone, but he realizes, okay, this is a clear coming out. We've only got Tater on that defense. I'm going to rotate back. I'm going to refill my boost, and we've still got time to play with. Only down 1 goal, and with how hot Stewie's been playing, what a slow shot. It's popped up. No one there for the follow-up. Tater tries to come in, but I think it was Christian who found that ball first.
And Robin's going to send that to the middle and try and set it up for Spoods, but Spoods is just going to be a little bit too high for that. And the Saints, you can tell, they're really keeping the pressure on here. They do not want to go to a Game 5. They do not want to have the stress of that. Stewie's going to collect that full boost and try and make an air dribble happen from the side here, but he's going to lose the ball there. And Spoods is going to pick it back up, try and get that ball cleared out, get some time run off the clock.
Tater, that's a good contest. This could be a setup. You see Stewie lurking in the middle. Christian almost realizes that, got a bit of a sixth sense. He's like, listen, Stewie has found all of your goals in this series. I'm not just going to let him chill in our crease and wait for the setup to come through. And speaking of Stewie, right back here with the saves.
Oh, what a tap from Tater.
Stewie
Just
not
gonna
able
go
to hit
wide.
it.
Stewie with the miss too.
Stewie just saved his own ball.
Skiboy hit. Oh my God. 3 shots to come off and 3 saves. 1 from Michigan Tech actually. That must hurt in an elimination situation when you just need 1 goal to tie that up. We're gonna come down to 5 seconds here, and it's looking like the Saints are gonna take the series.
Never say never, but all it's going to take is one Saint to get their hands on this ball and send it down to the ground, just like Spoods. Looking for the second tap. It's popped back up into the air. Christian wants to end this game. Tater, he's got the jump to work with, but these air contests is all you need. It still hits the corner.
Still rallying here.
This ball is still in play. Tater off the backside, but that's going to be it. Both Saints just allow it to fly by, knowing, hey, maybe we won't hit that angle that just sends it to the ground. Just allow it to hit it itself. It was pretty low there in the end, but I mean, that's going to be a 3-1 here in loser semis to come through, and the Saints feeling pretty good about that one. I mean, especially after a rough game 3, to be honest. A rough game 3 for them. Stewie just coming out swinging. You bring it back.
Yeah, I think they came out really strong, ready to play, ready to win. They got game 1 and 2 in the bag, and they're like they got a little too comfortable. I think they kind of sat back, rolled back on their heels. They let Michigan take them right off guard, and then they came out on fire for game 4 just to seal that series up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be ready for those ones. And Stewie, I mean, devastation at the end there for Stewie's. Definitely, you got to be kicking yourself after that one. Trying to rotate out of the net, and you end up blocking Tater's own shot that would have sealed the deal is the thing. That one's definitely going to hurt. But in the end, Michigan Tech going to be out of day 2 here. Saints moving on. We've got our next matchup. It's going to be the loser of UCF Gold or GVSU Blue. So I believe that's University of Central Florida and Grand Valley State there. So 2 teams that I believe we've seen before. UCF I'm not so familiar with, but we've seen GVSU more than a few times here on the broadcast, more than a few times here in these other CCA Opens from both last year, that first CCA Open a couple weeks ago, but we're going to send it to a quick little break. When this next game gets underway, we'll let you know who the winner is of that series. You'll see those updates come through on the break.